Hello, hello.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine, Dr. Lisa.
How are you this evening, Miss Rolanda?
I am doing just as I please.
Oh,
I am doing
as I
that's my
please.
that's my mother's answer. As
I
I
like it.
please.
As I please. Tell her to copyright that.
Right.
Yeah,
Really, I know. Um,
awesome.
so hey everybody, how did your week go?
Productive.
Good, good.
Productive. Thank
Did you
God.
do some
Yes.
daring things? I've got to tell you, I got up on a comedy stage for the first time in 2 years since before my comedy career was derailed because of Miss COVID, and slammed it home. And they booked me for Friday. I got a show on Friday.
That's
And I was
fantastic.
like, and when the guy was like, "You want
Awesome.
to get up?" I was like, so, and I was scared. I was like, you do it anyway, and just push through it. And I just say, you never lose that little fear factor thing. I mean, even if it's not the little voice saying you're not good enough, it's like, will I be good enough? You still go through that, no matter what, no matter when. So just embrace it. I asked Lisa, my girlfriend Lisa Gibbons. I might have told y'all this before. I asked her how she deals with fear because we both, made such transitions after our talk shows. I said, "How did you deal with the fear factor?" She said, "I invited it to tea
I
and
love
just
it.
said, you're not going anywhere. I'm gonna get to know you. It's like the cousin you can't stand. You can come in, but you can't stay long. Okay, you
Hmm.
gotta go." So, so
Hmm.
that's the thing. But challenge yourself because I try to do things in my life that make me proud of myself the next day. To say, you know what, 24 hours ago, I would have, peed my pants. Today, I can say I got booked. And that was just because I dared to take that chance, that one action move that just kind of put everything in the universe, wanting you to win and contributing. So, what were some of your wins? What were some of your surprises? Did you hear anything that was unusual? Did you learn something about your voice that might have surprised you, or you felt good about, or what were some of the challenges? Who wants to talk?
Um, Actually, just been doing like as you've suggested, a lot of listening.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of listening. And when you really give intent, I guess you're intentional about listening, you'll be surprised what you'll hear.
That's right.
And I just listened to the tones of a lot of different people that I hadn't paid attention to previously. Um, just in something simple, I was at the post office, and you're different people at the post office, so
Oh
you're
yeah.
going to get a wide range of voices, dialects, and everything. And just listening, just paying attention. But nevertheless, it's just been an interesting week. I did take a dive, and I, made time specifically to. I did sign up for, as you suggested, for Clubhouse with JD,
Hmm.
and I attended a session on Monday. Very
Good.
interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. Get in character or get off
Get off
stage, and
stage.
he means it.
He
And
means
he
it.
mean, oh, he means it. And I was just listening because that was really my first time actually joining, and I was just listening. I didn't want to just be rude and dive in and put me on stage, but I just wanted to see how the process went. But I plan to really dive on the deep end the next time I join him. Very interesting. I love the format. I love the setup. They're serious about it. They're very intentional about it. The feedback is phenomenal, and thank you for suggesting and recommending. Um, it was great experience. I look forward to actually tuning in next time.
Mhm. You will
Yes,
learn so much.
yes, it
I
was very
mean,
powerful.
you never stop learning. And just the subtle little things, just a little shift in one aha moment that may come
Mm-hmm.
through all of that. But you
Yeah,
heard all of those people being natural because you can't be in your head because you're moving too fast, you
right,
know?
right,
So that improv is really great because it does get you out of your head and makes you listen,
right. Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what's coming at you, and you were able to adjust. That's another little secret when you're doing these roles and you're doing your auditions, or even sometimes your job. You're going to be by yourself. You're not going to have the luxury of working with another actor. So that's getting you in the ear of hearing other somebody else, the timing and hearing somebody else and listen. So that gets you in that kind of rhythm. So that won't throw you. But if you can make a strong choice and anything you want to do for your character, then think of some different kind of choices for what you're hearing from the other character, which might give you a different kind of spin on it. Because remember, the casting director has, let me give you a perfect example. This happened on Clubhouse. I was up there moderating with Rick Party, and we were talking about this young man had gotten an audition, and he said he just didn't get it. The audition was for the NBA, and it was just one line. Remember, I told you those one lines are big hitters for the NBA, and it was the NBA. The NBA, two words that conjure up a million images. No, a million pictures. Yeah, the NBA, two words that conjure up a million pictures. And he goes, and the first thing they said was non-announcery. And he goes, how do you do that non-announcery? I said, you don't be an announcer, you be yourself. But myself? But that's so boring. I said, it just doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. And I said, but that's being yourself. And he said, well, I don't know how to get there, because every time I do it, I'm like, the NBA, two words that conjure up a million pictures. He was just, I said, well, do you like the NBA? He said, oh, yeah. I said, who's your favorite player? He said, oh, Steph. I said, why Steph? He said, oh, man, he is the greatest player in history. I said, what was one of his greatest moments? And he said something about dunking the ball. I said, now go back and deliver that line to me and think about what you just told me. And he went back, he said, and I said, and when you say a million pictures, you see that dunk. You see that Steph's face. See it, because if you see it, I'll see it. Now, I don't know jack doodly squat about no basketball. But I know that if you said Broadway, one word that tells 1,000 dreams. It doesn't have to be announcery. It could be my own personal story. But I would what we call substitute that feeling that I would have about something I loved into what the NBA meant to the guy in the room that day and to 50 million other guys. I said, maybe sometimes the client doesn't want you to be an announcer. He wants you to be that guy on the couch with the guys with the peanuts and the beer looking at the game. Man, what's coming on? The NBA. Two words that conjure up a million bitches, buddy! Come on. Be real as you can. And imagine the other guys being real too. And throw in some fun stuff. Make it yours. This stuff is just words and pictures on paper until it comes to you and you Sloanize it. You Donna-ize it. You Stacy-ize it. You Lanisha-ize it. Lisa-ize it. Kevin-ize it. Rashida-ize it. Rolanda-ize it. That's what made the Rolanda show. Because I would take there are only 35 topics you can talk about in talk shows. Same old shit, different day, right? So I would just Rolandize it. How do you Rolandize it? By making it personal to me. By making it personal to me. When, it's, so that's what I'm trying to say. Make it human. That's what I'm trying to say. Make it human, make it relatable. Talk to me like I'm your family, your friend. Substitute your favorite cousin that you'd like to do. Y'all used to do all them sleepovers and you grew up with. Tell her to go get her vaccination. Explain to her what Advil is good for. As if you're talking and connecting, because that's what the listener is going to do. Lean in the way that we connect with our talk show hosts or our people on our favorite sitcoms. There's something about them that reflects who we are. And that's what connects. There's something about their story that's just like me. So find those special juicy spots. Who discovered something unique about their own voice? Did you find something that you would add as a value to your voice? Who can name the values they discovered in their voice this week? Lanisha.
I don't know. I feel like I'm warm, I'm caring. I also have a little bit of a comedic side to me.
Mhm.
Um, Relatable, like maybe like you said, one of a girlfriend. Um,
Yeah.
mhm.
Did you
This
listen
week,
to yourself talking to your girlfriends this week?
it's funny. This weekend, I had absolutely forgot I signed up for a voiceover class in Atlanta, an in-person one. Almost missed it. I
What?
signed up for it like 3 4 months ago.
I love
Yeah,
your dedication, Lanisha. I
yeah,
love your dedication. That's going to
and
take you so far. And let me tell you this, I just found out today. The Atlanta VO is coming back next year, I believe. Atlanta VO is a long time big voiceover conference in Atlanta, and apparently they ran out of money or something. I don't know. They was falling, and then somebody bought it. So the word is it's coming back. So keep your ear out for that too, Lanisha. But go on, tell me.
okay. And the guy, I don't know, you probably know him. His name is Brian Bremer. Have you ever heard of him?
Hmm.
No. Well, he said he's doing the Peanut character this year. The planner's Peanut. But anywho,
Oh, good.
he got us in a booth, and I'm telling you, the booth made everybody sound fabulous.
That's
but what?
right.
But in his opinion, he said like do cartoons, which was kind of cool because he said I had a youthful sound. Now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't listen to my recording because I'm scared. He sent me an MP3 of it, and I haven't listened to it yet.
Well, I agree. I think you can be that girlfriend. I think you do have the comedy in you, and I do think you and youthful. So you listen to those words: youthful, comedic.
Mhm,
So you got to work on that timing, making sure. And I could see you doing animation. I mean, look at all the characters you could play. You could play a kid,
mhm.
a little kid. You could play a mushroom. You could play a groundhog. All of those things. But you're right. When you get to that booth, it's a beautiful sound. It's not going to sound like we are sounding in our closets and ourselves. But here's the thing: you gonna know what to do with all that beautiful sound. So if you have the techniques of some good acting, which we're gonna go through some more today, and you really know how to approach that mic and take that room, and you understand what the director is saying to you, you're going to be that much further ahead. And then the beautiful sound comes in. So imagine you working in that beautiful sound booth, and there's so much technique that you have that you are really breaking down those scripts and delivering those characters and stories. Good stuff. I put up on our Facebook page, and I invited you all to the voice acting master class Facebook page, and I put up there one of my students, Yinka, got her a whisper booth and painted it hot pink, and it is the most adorable thing, and I'm so proud. When you're seeing people just really investing in themselves and their craft and taking it seriously. And I remember when she was just first in the class and didn't know anything, and she is just really knocking it out. And also, I hope you guys are just have some fun with social media too during this time. I mean, tell people that, let people get a little hint of maybe what people love to know what you're doing. So if maybe you mention, I'm really interested, I was so interested in voice acting, I took a class, or I bought a microphone, or check out what I just did, something that starts the buzz going. Because remember, this is a business. And if you are serious about this, you are starting a brand in this brand new business. So, who are you? What is your interest? What brings you here? Why? I always had this burning desire to be a voice actor, whatever your story is. You know how this social media works. And video is very big this year. Video and audio are huge. I mean, video is always, well, video is, let me just say, video is, and they're talking about what are some influencer things and marketing strategies that we can use going into 2022. Video is top of the list. Show me building your studio. Show me you shopping for a new microphone. Show me you getting ready for class and you're a little nervous and you're scared to hear your own self. Oh, well, I'll just play it in class. or maybe you're proud of it, y'all. Listen to this voice I came up with, Stacy. The Southern groundhog. Now that's I've been meaning to write you all week to tell you, girl, I've been watching Paw Patrol after that. And I was hoping that you would go and watch Paw Patrol, because when I told you to speed it up, the energy of Paw Patrol is very high. It's Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon always has high energy, y'all. Cartoon Network is a little more adulty. I mean, they get a little older and stuff. But when you're getting with Nickelodeon, it's a lot of that. Even though, for the most part, a lot of animation is turning to more natural voices. But just to pick up the pace, and just when you're getting these shows, y'all, or you're getting these scripts, be sure to look up and feel the tone. A Lifetime promo would be very different than an ABC News promo. You get these scripts, go and listen to Paw Patrol. What is this show? I remember, I'm telling you this because I made the mistake. I got an audition for what is the little English pig's name? What's Pepe? What is got all the
Pig.
Peppa Pig, yeah. Peppa Pig. And I just read the thing and I did my job, but I didn't look up who the heck Peppa Pig was. And she's all English. And all of the children around the world are speaking English. Now, Mommy, can I have more cookies and milk? They're like, girl, you live in Harlem. What you talking about? But that is something I should have considered. That I should have had an English accent. Every other character did it. My audition sounded like, oh, she didn't do her research. She has no idea who her client is, so we're gonna just skip on over her. So be sure to look these things up. Like Big Mouth, that's one of my favorite animations. That has a different tone because it's all about masturbation of teenagers. So it's irreverent. There's something you'll bring to that you won't bring to Pepe Le Pig. So be sure to look things up like that. Okay, anything else before we get started?
What's the name of the Facebook group again?
Rolanda's Voice Acting Masterclass.
Okay.
Now, let me just ask you while we're talking about this, because I do want to, at some point get more into how you can better market yourself and start marketing yourself. Things, maybe it's too soon now, but maybe it's not. I'd love to watch people grow. They started off doing this and then this, and next thing you're going to 5 years from now, they're going to go back and say, I remember when I saw it all start. When you're big bad voice of the NBA. And they say, oh my goodness, she really stuck with that dream and made it happen. I mean, it's just a way to market yourself and be using hashtags and all that kind of stuff. But are you guys are you into your social media? Are you scared of social media? You're not, Lanisha, you're so young, you're not into social media.
I mean, I have all of the platforms. I just don't know how to operate them.
I see. Well, how about you, Dr. Donna?
Twitter, yes. Facebook, I'm gonna go on and join your group. I haven't been on in at least 2 months, maybe 3 months.
Yeah, and see, that's a good place to start with our own group, because it's like 100 people, maybe 60 people in there, and they're all students who came through the same program, and I think that it'll give you some good practice, because you're preaching to the choir. They understand it. They built their stuff. They went through their thing. Anybody got any tips? I'm putting my foam up today. But use video, y'all. Video is going to go more viral, so to speak, or get you more engagement than anything else. Oh, I remember, or go over to Yinka's thing and say, congratulations, Yinka. I want to grow up and be like you with the pink booth. I don't know, but engage. It's really important. What about you, Sloan and Stacy? Are you guys into your social media?
I'm on it. But I'll have spurts. I'll be on it for a while and then I'll drop off, and I participate but don't really post. So I know I need to improve that.
Yeah, because remember, y'all, if you're going to take this stuff seriously, you are a solopreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you like it or not, this is the way the world is today. And I used to say, oh, can I just do one? Like, can I just do Facebook? And it's like, no, because they're all different audiences. And so you've really got to get that muscle going if you want to get out. Because I tell you, a lot of business is coming off Clubhouse. A lot of business is coming in and when they were starting to hire you, they're going to look at your social media. That's another thing. If your social media is dogging out some voice actor, take it down right now. And but people in the acting business will look at your social media. And if Dr. Lisa has more numbers than me, she's going to get an edge in getting that job. So your clients want people who have, great reach and are talking to real people and engaging with them. It's not even about your followership anymore. It's about your engagement. So get on there, just say, and I know it's another job. But if you want to get ahead in this day and age, you're just going to have to bite the bullet, put your big boy and girl pants on and do it. You really have to. A nice website, build a website. I built my own website on GoDaddy during COVID. I was so bored. I built a website. I was like, come on, 20-year-olds. Auntie Ro will compete with y'all little butts because I built that website. So, when you take some time for your creative business, build that website, even if it's just to, because you'll put your demo reel up there one day and we'll go and look at different people's websites and see what they've done. And how you can start thinking about that. But that Linktree is an app that you go and, it just has everything on one page. Y'all want to see my Google, y'all want to see my LinkedIn, you want to see my Twitter. It's one place, one shopping. But on that, you can also say, want to hear my many voices? And they push that and go to your demo reel, and start following people who are big in voice acting. Berger and Tara and Dave Fenoy and all these people. Start following them. What are they talking about? Start following these clubs on Twitter. I mean, there's a whole society. Go down the rabbit hole. You can go to any of my voiceover posts and see all those hashtags. You can steal them from me. Go and look at all those hashtags and push one of the hashtags like voiceover talent and see where it takes you. And start following folks down the rabbit hole. You're building a community that is going to support you and your business. But it ain't going to happen unless you get out there. And there's no excuse because you don't even have to leave the house or your phone to do all this. So job this week is start your social media campaign. First step, get your domain. Start a Facebook page. And people don't have to be all in your business. You'll learn how to navigate. There's also, starting on Mondays, while I'm saying this, my girlfriend Natasha on Clubhouse is going to start a room on Mondays called How to Market Yourself as a Voiceover Artist. Okay? So I want you to start going to that room. I don't know what time it is, but Natasha Simmons, I think is her last name. But she is such a wonderful gal, and she is a lot of fun. Sound like Wendy Williams. Now, one of the ways she's marketing her voice, started a podcast. They're saying that audio is the number 2 thing, and a lot of people. Now, I got a podcast. I got to dust that sucker off. It's called Rolanda On Demand. I've been doing podcasts since 2009, I think, back before they were called. So I've got podcast fade. I'll tell you, I was a little burnt out. But I got to get back to it because this is the way of the world. And I call myself a voice actor. Well, let's hear your voice everywhere. And I should be, it's part of my brand as an interviewer and talk show person. So yeah, it's a lot of work, y'all, I know. But these are the ways people are marketing themselves. So you get on that this week, take one giant step, and I know it's a pain in the bootay, but this is how we have to win. This is the stuff we got to do to win. Get on YouTube University. Get on Google search. If you're a reader, read the blogs. If you're a listener, do the podcast. If you're a viewer, get on YouTube. I was on YouTube today trying to learn how to do YouTube videos because I really think television is going away. You know, it's going to, all this streaming while they're there. You want to go where the eyeballs are. Why don't you could even start a YouTube channel. How I became a voice actor. People love to follow a journey. Doesn't have to be perfect. The fact that it's not perfect is what people love. And get in there and say, the hardest thing to do is just be yourself. That's what we're talking about. Be yourself. Whatever your frustration, but that could be a series, honey. They turn these things into TV shows and sitcoms online and everything. And your personality showing. And you're talking about something you're passionate about. It ain't like you ain't got nothing to talk about. But all of it is, what we're saying is, I'm a voice actor and I need y'all to know that so I can get hired. I don't want this to shock anybody when I start going out for auditions because I've done the work. You saw me build the doggone thing. You see how interested I am in this. Interested is interesting. So have a love affair on camera. Take the audio and run it on a podcast and make some stuff happen. You have to make it happen. So that's my little preach for today. All right. Any other questions? And then we're going to start performing. Those of you who do not want to show your faces today, I am just so glad you're here. That's the main thing. I don't have to see you. This is an audio class. But I'm so glad you're here. That is commitment. That is commitment. And I appreciate you. All
Miss
right.
Watt.
So, yes.
Hi.
Hey,
Good morning.
Kevin.
How's everybody doing today?
Good.
I did send you an email. I did send you an email about today. So I just want to say that my week has been up and down. It's been a lot of stuff going on, but the only silver lining in the cloud is that I'm moving into a different apartment, a bigger apartment, and what I discovered about it, that it has a big closet. So I told my wife that she shouldn't touch that closet.
Ooh, now you gonna fight with a woman over a closet? Lord have mercy.
There's too many closets in the place. I told her that closet is my closet.
Oh.
Me.
Well,
Oh,
that's good. I'm sure she's very supportive of you and your dreams, but that's a blessing. Moving
yeah.
is a trip. But when you find that closet, that special thing, it was waiting for you. Okay. Kevin, I'm sorry. I didn't read your email. If you sent it late this afternoon, I've been running and I didn't check it. I'm sorry. Okay.
No worries.
All right. Hey, Roz. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm late. I sent you an email to say I might not be on time. I sent
Yeah.
you some things via email. So
Right. Okay. I got you. I'm just so glad you're here. Glad you are here. All right. So, Stacy, what you got?
Okay. I ended up doing the cartoon Madame Lenora Legrand. I also did the Georgia Power thing, but I decided to do this one.
Okay.
Let's see, I have it queued up.
I am Madame Leona Legrand, the greatest ballet director in the world. Okay. A hippopotamus entered my theater. Yes, that hippo. I put on it shortly, but seeing her made me realize it doesn't matter whether you have toes or hooves. All that matters is talent, and that hippo is bursting with it. I must have her in my ballet. I shall rename it Hippo. lake.
Okay, all right. I love it, love it, love it. Now, is she a hippo?
No, she's a human.
Okay, do we have a picture of her? Can we see her? Did they give you a picture and a description?
Uh, they gave me a picture and a description.
I saw her in my head as, someone who talked with a very long nose. It seemed like that would be, but I don't know. I want to see what what you know what I'm trying to say. What the character looked like, what the illustration looks like.
Yes, here she is. Oh, you can't see it because I don't have my
Okay.
let me
Can you
take
share screen? You don't do. I'll find. Let's see. I want to see what that character looks like.
she's thin and she's very prim. She's got a long face.
Yeah, because I could hear that long face in there. I want to. I gotta see her because I saw her in my head. I want to see if it came across.
Okay.
What is her name again, Madam?
Legrand.
Madam Legrand. Okay, here we are. Oh, good. Okay, see, I'm gonna show this to y'all. Oh my gosh. My computer looks like my house is crazy. So don't. Am I sharing yet?
No.
Okay, where is she? Where is she? I have so much open around here. Okay, oh, there she is. Okay. All right. So, y'all see that? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody can see it? Okay, good. So, look at that. There is that long nose. I could see that. And I could see the lips really tight. Very good. Very good. Now, Madame Legrand's a world famous ballet director and never lets anyone forget. Okay, she's a perfectionist who walks with her nose in the air, moves with grace and precision, and is prone to yelling at her assistant. I didn't hear any yelling in there. Where's the yelling?
I only did a snippet because it was really long and I didn't want to take up too much time.
Okay. All right. Whenever she needs anything or just because she feels it, feel free to play with accents. The more ridiculous, the better. Oh boy, that's just sets you free, doesn't it? All right, let's do it. Let's do it live now.
Okay.
And let's look at her. Is there anything else? She's thin. Look at her hands. How might she use her hand? Does she use her hands like this all the time? Does she plie when she talks? Little thing. Does she swoop that scarf over her? Is there a moment when she swoops it over her?
Yeah, she's very dramatic.
Yes, and she's maybe somebody who was at some point is ruffling with her. Think of everything like that. Okay. She wears her little ballet slippers, and she twirls. I love how you added the little, because she's major drama. So look at this, y'all. How these the scripts look. This is more of a movie script. This would be an animated movie script, more so. Property of DreamWorks Animation. And see all these other lines, she's going to have to read them.
I started there at 18.
Okay, I am Madame Legrand, the greatest. You're right, Legrand. I mean, just so full of herself right there. Mm-hmm. You know what sometimes helps me too? Is, let's see, what was I going to say? Legrand, the world's greatest. Okay. What helps me too is sometimes doing the pre, some pre-work, like improv with yourself. I am Madame Legrand, and I love to be playing all the time. And my favorite color is peach, as you see. What her laugh is, the way she might, if you just talk like her for a while, a little tick might come about. That's her thing, like or whatever it is.
Mhm.
But or you know, or how do you personify that she's raising an eyebrow or barking at it? You know, she's a diva. Where
Mhm.
do you show all those colors in her? The diva, you know, she's a manipulator, probably. She's in the
She's a
business, she
snob.
manipulates, you know? So see if you can, every line, you want to bring a new color, a new flavor, a new attitude. So it's a delicious character who has many different facets. That's where the sell is going to go, because that casting director and that producer wants to know that you can carry this show for 8 episodes. That
Okay.
you can carry a 2 hour, a 1 hour, 30-minute movie. That you can really get somebody to go buy that hamburger, because you can hit them from any angle they decide that day. And what they'll do a lot of times is say, okay, now read her this time when you're pissed off. Could you make her not so pissed? I had a director tell me one time, he says, could you make her not so much a bitch? I was like, but so play with different things like that. Okay, now read it this time with some of those things in mind. You can take a second, pull your thoughts together. And I also want you to pick up the pace. You've got to pick up your pace. You
Okay.
got that southern thing
Okay.
going, and I love it. But for animation, you're gonna need to put a little extra pace. You don't have to race down the horse track, but you know, just
Okay.
a little energy.
All right.
I am Madame Leona Legrand, the greatest ballet director in the world. Today, a hippopotamus entered my theater. Yes, that hippo. I too found it shocking, but seeing her made me realize it doesn't matter whether you have toes or hooves. All that matters is talent, and the hippo is bursting with it. I must have her in my ballet. I shall rename it Hippo Lake.
Lovely, really lovely. You
Mhm.
added more energy, but it was still grounded. I would say, um, if she's somebody who snaps at her assistant,
Mhm.
when it starts, she's probably got all of those little minions shaking in their boots. A hippo came to my place today. And they probably shaking. I mean, just it sounds like it's a delicious build up to, and I found it delightful. And they're like, shoo, you know, because because we don't know if if she's a character that snaps. What's more interesting is not a hippo came today, that it says something happened today. They're like, oh Lord, who got in trouble? And then the next line, and then let it be a surprise reveal, maybe, that this is the greatest thing in the world.
Ah,
You
okay.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Raise the stakes, y'all. Anytime you can raise the stakes, make it more interesting,
Okay.
then that's gonna be wonderful. Interesting to listen to. So don't keep your acting on one level. Find as many different colors and flavors, and then go back and find some more. It's like writing and rewriting, making it tighter, making it more beautiful. You know, Stacy, you might want to do another take where you just go totally ridiculous.
Okay.
I mean, just that they said the more ridiculous, the better. I
Mhm.
don't think you were ridiculous enough.
Okay.
Somebody's going to beat you on this one by being daring to be ridiculouser than you. So
Okay.
don't let nobody beat you out on that. You're gonna have to just get in there and let it go. Also remember, even though she has tiny little lips, she still has to be understood and heard.
Okay.
So when we do doing all of those little things, sometimes the words get lost in our stuff. So um, be sure that you're articulating, and that we hear the message in the words. I think that was great. I think that was really very, very nice.
Thank you.
Oh, I love these characters you're doing. I really do. Good stuff. Good
Thank you.
stuff. All right, Stacy. All right, Dr. Donna, you ready?
Kind of. I didn't get a script, so I
You
did
didn't get any
record
from the last time?
the last time, not this week, but I have some from the last time. I
Yeah,
tried to
from the
like,
last week. You were
oh,
supposed
it's
to
the
keep
last
on
week.
working.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because that gave
I,
y'all a lot of scripts.
okay. One of them I can't open, which I should send to you. I can't open. I tried to record one, but this recording is terrible. It's a short one, but I'll try to pull it up and see, can I do it?
Okay.
Oh, I had it up. Oh,
Stacy, were you happy with the way that your sound sounded in your room?
Yes, I recorded part of it in my little home office, and it sounded really big, and you could hear the sound bouncing. And then I went back to that little cubby hole I told you about, and it sounded better.
Okay, send it to me because I want to hear it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
okay.
Just for to hear your sound quality. Y'all can do that because I really want to hear what's happening. This is Zoom, so you're gonna get what you're gonna get. But I would like to just double check for you and just give you some little tweaks or something if I hear something.
Okay.
Okay. All right, go on, Donna.
Our home is a training ground for her dreams.
Wait, hold up. Tell us what.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and
Yes,
what they're
it's
expecting.
insurance. Doesn't really have background. It's an insurance, and there's a logo from American Family Insurance. They're little girls, and it's faster regaining on them. Come on, and they're talking, and then a super talks about the policy, and then there's a voiceover. So this is one sentence voiceover.
Mhm.
So, okay. So Our Dreams is a training ground for her. Well, sorry, I gotta start over. I just made up words. Okay. Our Home is Our Home is a training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. That's it.
Okay.
I didn't like the way my
Alright.
fearlessly came out. I can do it over if you like.
Yeah, do it over because you read it to us that time.
Okay.
All right, now I want you to this is American Family. They showing two little girls. And you sound like a matriarch. Like we only gonna hire somebody we trust talking about insurance, and we got little children in the thing. So, who's buying the insurance? You're talking to the person you want to sell that insurance to. So that could be the single mom, the dad, and that's your friend. And
Okay.
I don't know, do you have kids?
I have one child.
One child. Well, you know what that is like. You gotta insure their lives. And and I want you to just be warm and trusting because in insurance, you're holding people in the palm of your hand. Right? With Allstate,
Oh,
You're
yes. The Allstate is the
what I
best.
always say is we don't sell insurance, we sell assurance.
Okay.
So now deliver it from that beautiful Black woman matriarchal way that's going to assure me that everything is a-okay.
Okay. I'm gonna try. Our Home is a training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Mm-hmm. Now, read it again and tell it to me. Tell it to me.
Okay.
And I want you, and really, really listen to what you're saying. Because I think you would tell me, girl, go on out there, dream fearlessly. I mean, you might put a little more in what all of this is meaning. So just really feel it. Remember, it's emotion that is the thing that's going to connect us with people. And you know what sometimes helps me is I'll be still for a minute and hear the music. I'll just hear the music playing, some nice soft music, the children laughing, swinging in the park, and then come in like that, nice and soft.
Our Home is a training ground for her dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Nice. Did y'all hear that difference? I felt that the edges were rounded off a bit.
Hmm.
Remember, you have a very strong voice. So when you pull back, it's still way out there. So don't feel like your less is going to be less. Your less can sometimes be more. So this
Okay.
time I want you to read it this time, and I want you to think that person is right there, sitting there having coffee with you. And they've been trying to figure out their future. And they said, Dr. Donna, what should I do? What's this policy? Tell me.
Okay. Can I ad lib? Can I add something to it?
Sure, you can ad lib a little bit for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of my words. You should look into the Our Home is the Training Ground for Her Dreams policy from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel better about that one?
I like the intro more, but I think I like the ending on the one before better.
Yeah, well, see, that's what editing is about. And I'm glad you said that, because you could take the good part of this one and the back end of that one and switch them up and make it fabulous. There was something that happened with your voice in that last take in the beginning too. I like the beginning of that one. You let there's something at the end. There was a word that you said, and you let your voice linger on it a bit. That kind of made it like real, like
Mhm.
it's like aunties do. There was something that I can't remember the word, but you finished it. You didn't clip it. You finished it. If we were recording, I'd play it back and let you hear it. But I think it was also a sign of relaxing. You
Okay.
know, it, like I could say relaxing if I'm nervous, or I could say relaxing. It was a
Mhm.
something that kind of continued, that kind of made it soothing and continuum, and melodic. Very nice. I would work on things because you have a voice that could lull people to sleep. I mean, in a nice way, you know what I mean? In a nice way. Oh Lord. Speaking of lulling people to sleep, y'all, some of you might, if you go on Clubhouse, you'll see the man with the voice, Marcellus. Marcellus just won the Calm campaign. Everybody, I'm gonna play that for you before we leave. He is now the voice of Calm, y'all. I'm so excited, but he's got a voice that's like, oh, we do it, you know. But he is just wonderful, and we are so excited for him. He won that competition and got it. But he won the competition because he applied himself. We went in there and he did what he had to do. He didn't say, "Nah, I'm not going to get it." He said, "I know the values of my voice, and I know I can lull someone to sleep with this deep voice." He's got Barry White. He puts Barry White to shame. Let me just say. But anyway, I'll play that before we leave. Okay, great job, Donna. Great job. Just try to feel more emotion. You're not in education right now, where everything is like no emotion. I come from a history of educators. My mom was an educator, my daddy, but they tend to be a little strict. The discipline comes out. Let that discipline go, girl, and just
Okay.
like you talking with your girlfriends over some margaritas.
Okay. And I'm coming off of a day, even though I'm on sabbatical, where I had to clean up a mess because I'm the department chair. So I'm literally coming off that about an hour before I came on here. So I guess I'm in that mindset.
In that mode too. Yeah. Well, also you can tap into when some of your teachers or some of the people that are following you or you're leading have difficult times, and you have to bring in that empathetic voice and say, this plan is going to be good for you and you need to be fearless. See how, but if you apply that kind of, that kind of touch to it, because you're not always that way. Even as a teacher, there are times when you need to be sympathetic and loving and kind, and still have that firm guidance. So that could help you tap into that. Good stuff, y'all. I am up here, and there is y'all hear that? What are these little boys doing? And I can't say anything because it's after school and it's summertime, for God's sakes. But they are having a ball in them little motorbikes. Oh, New York, the sounds of the city. Anyway, damn it. Okay, Kevin, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. Great job, Donna.
The script that I'm gonna read from today was the script for I guess for the Call of Duty. They wanted somebody. It was a comedic spot, sweet spot between irreverent and sinister. Sinister.
Ooh,
Uh,
did it say a thin line or a sweet spot? What did it say?
sweet. Sweet spot.
A sweet spot between between comedic and sinister. Is that what it was?
Sincere. Sorry.
Wait, I need to see this script, Kevin. Okay, what is the product?
They're doing. I guess it's a commercial for like a video game, Call of Duty.
Oh, and it's a character.
They gave references like Brian Crashton, Nick Offerman.
Did you look? Oh yeah, I remember this.
I listened to Smooth. I listened to all of them, but JB Smooth really stood out for me.
Yes. Oh, doesn't he? Okay, so now listen. Give me the name of your script again. Hun, what's the name of it?
Male, female voiceover, script voiceover.
What is the name of your character?
It's not a character. It's just reading it. I don't see the name of the character on here.
Okay. So that's I'm trying to figure out what genre is it. Is it an announcer? Is it a promo? Is it a
Promo.
Oh, okay. All right. So okay, so remember your promo, and it's a video game,
Right.
and they want you to be comedic and sinister.
Right.
Now, who's your audience?
My audience is from 10 to 42.
Okay.
Because
All right.
all know people my age playing video games. So it's like everybody that I know, a lot of people I know play Call of Duty.
All right. Well, come on, give us sinister and comedic. Any other things that we're going to be listening? I'm a casting director. What else am I listening for? What else is in that descript?
Oh, what else is in the script?
In the description. I'm sorry. When we say in the descript, we mean in the description of the character.
Okay. Because we're looking for a sweet spot between irreverent and they're warm. And the style of references they give you the actors.
Like JB Smooth was one of the actors. That's the one you were related to.
Right.
Okay. Well, let's hear it. Let's hear you Kevinize it.
Oh. This was a clear winter's eve, full of holiday beauty. Crossed the old classic map on the game Call of Duty. Each point of interest was rigged for the season, and guard dogs were dressed up like reindeer for some reason. Operators awoke and began unwrapping their prizes, finding trinkets and sweaters and all toys, all shapes.
Okay, Kevin, you sound so nice. I don't hear one sinister part of you. Okay. We got to get you. Is that they said sinister, right? So that's kind of like mean.
No.
Isn't that?
No, it's sincere.
Oh, sincere. Ah.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I heard sinister. Okay, so sincere. Okay, but also comedic.
Yes.
All right. Well, how you gonna bring the comedy? Let's bring some comedy in there. Let's start all over because like I said, you are nice. You're sincere, but you got to be funny. So how can we make it funny? And remember, comedy is fast, people. Comedy's fast. So add some energy in there. And also, Kevin, I want you to add some brightness to your voice. Because remember, this is a Christmas thing. So you want to bring some brightness in your voice. You know, 'twas the night before Christmas and all through the night versus 'twas the night before Christmas and all through the night. So you bring energy and brightness to your voice. And so it won't come across, because you don't want to stay on one level. You kind of want to bring some energy and excitement. So okay, so go on. Let's go back and let's find the funny. You can find the funny, but you're sincere. I got that, and you're not sinister. All right, hit it.
'Tis was a clear winter's eve, full of holiday beauty. Cross an old classic map on the game Call of Duty. Each point of interest was rigged for the season, and guard dogs were dressed up like reindeer. For some reason, operators awoke and began unwrapping prizes, finding trinkets and sweaters and toys of all sizes. Then outside they ran to show off their new baubles, which led to a typical holiday squabble. Now dashing, now prancing, and tearing asunder anything between them and their holiday plunder. And throughout this village of just recent silence, rose gunfire of folks with a penchant for violence. A defying skirmish of muzzles and flames, even those of the pointy ear swords joined the game. But through chaos and shrapnel and elves of ill temper, good tidings were still shared between each fighting member. And thus they exclaimed, as they clashed throughout the night, festival favors to all, and to all a good fight.
That's a fun one. That's fun. Okay, so I like you smoothed it out, but we got to find the funny. And a lot of that is just really, this is one of those where, like, again, we don't want to read it, but you want to really tell this story. So have fun with it. They came down, and JB Smooth, and and even in something like this, Kevin, feel free to ad lib a little bit in it to help you get into it. And the family had a big fight. You know that family stuff. And then down and on and on, just to make it your funny and until because you could do one just so you can just the way you like how when you hanging out with your brother in the holidays and y'all are kicking back and you say, man, and then they had a holiday squabble. You know how family can be. But then they came down the chimney and all was just great until somebody ate too much. Just so give it some levels like that might be able to find the funny in it by giving it your own crazy observation, like JB Smoove would do.
Okay.
Because he's a little, not like dynamite kind of stuff, but something that gives the narrator a character. So don't think of yourself maybe as reading it, but think of a part of yourself that would be that if you were going to be a comedian on stage doing that and going for it, what would you say? I mean, how would you say it? Think about how comedians deliver, like Cat Williams and David Arnold. They're up and down, they're all over the place. So have some fun with some different levels in telling the story and really see the story. One of the things you're going to have to really be careful of is just get really familiar with the script so you get all the words out. I'm so sorry about that stuff, y'all. So you can get all the words out and really own the words, and then relax in them and see what you're talking about. Listen to yourself and see what you're talking about, and pause. There could be moments where you can pause and then tell not a long pause, but just little things that you can use to break it up so it doesn't come across the dot 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 dot. It's got to be a story told. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Let's try the first few stanzas again.
This was a clear winter's eve, full of holiday beauty.
All right, hold on. They really want you to be funny, right?
Right.
Okay. You want to come in strong. And it's almost kind of like, and you're like, if you were going to have some copy starting off, 'twas the night before, give it a little grandness. I mean, if they're going to use the word 'twas, have fun with it. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Yeah, because 'twas is like, oh, here we go. Here we go with that 'twas the night thing. We know where that's going. So have fun with it. Give us some unexpected stuff. Okay, there we go. But come in. Remember, y'all, half these people are only gonna listen to your first 4 seconds. They probably will not listen to that entire thing, Kevin. So come in strong with a really good choice. And remember who you're talking to. These are guys who are gamers, and they're listening to it and they're getting a kick out of this. So what's that's going to make them stop and listen and have a great time and go out and buy this for Christmas? All right, hit it.
This was a clear winter's. Tis was a clear. Excuse me. Tis was a clear winter's eve, full of holiday beauty. Cross an old classic map called the game, Call of Duty. Each point of interest was rigged for the season, and guard dogs dressed up like reindeers. For some reason, operators awoke and began unwrapping their prizes, finding trinkets and baubles and sweaters in all sorts of sizes. The outside they ran to show off their plunder, which led to the typical holiday squander.
You know something? When you're like, another thing to do, Kevin, is when you're reading, when you said the guard dogs in antlers, for some reason, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Did you see that? Did you see the guard dog? I mean, you got these big old Rottweilers with these antlers on, looking like Charlie Brown.
Right.
And so when you see stuff like that, that's so delicious, look at it in your head and then I bet when you see these things, as ridiculous as they are, you're going to deliver that very differently. So try to visualize as much as you can, because it's just so juicy right there. The guard dogs dressed in antlers for some reason, because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Guard dog, Rottweilers with antlers? Please. Anyway, back to the story. Dun, 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 and maybe one you just do and just act as crazy as you can, Kevin. Like just crazy Kevin, and just deliver it so irreverently that it'll take you out of your, just go for it.
Okay. Oh, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm sorry. Too much stuff going on in this space right now.
Oh, okay. You want us to loop back around to you?
Please.
Okay, no worries. Look, life goes on, honey. All right, who's ready now? We'll come back around to you, Kevin. Okay. Sloan, you ready? Can't hear you.
You're muted.
She's not muted. Didn't we have this problem last time? Go down here. Did you go to the little microphone with the arrow down on the left? And choose what are you using a microphone? Okay, go down there to the left where it says mute and the little arrow pointing up, and hit that and choose your audio device. Select a microphone, select a speaker. See that says that? You got it? Or check your volumes. Turn up the volume. Okay. Well, we're going to come back around to you. All right. Who else is ready?
I'm ready, Rolanda.
All right, Dr. Lisa, let's do it.
Okay. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield. What does fearless look like? What does it feel like? Does fearless grow old, or does it simply grow stronger? Fearless looks a little different to us all. But with a Medicare plan from Blue Cross Blue Shield, you can find yours. Talk with one of our dedicated Medicare specialists to find your strength and security and discover more about our flexible supplemental plans. Also, learn about the ease of Advantage plans that combine medical and prescriptions all in one. And ask about our routine dental and dental vision coverage, plus the affordability of premiums as low as $39 a month. Connect now with a Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare specialist and get the support to find the answers to every fearless question. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Live fearless.
Very nice. Very nice, Lisa. You did that, girl.
Yeah,
Thank
she's a
you.
nice
Did
voice.
that. Boy, that your
Thank you.
voice is so lovely. And that's a great lane for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that you have a really good groundedness and the warmth in it and the empathy. All you need to do is just round it out. Just just what yeah, just round soft it not to round it out. What would I say? Smooth it out. Just go through it and smooth it out. And don't look at it as I'm reading a line, I'm reading a line, just do it as if it's a conversation, just ever flowing. So that I don't start seeing lines in my head. Like you do a line and then you do a line. Do it so it's one big thought and smooth it all the way out. And then when you get to the end, the more technical stuff, just give it a little bit more energy so you can get right through it, but relax into that the same way. It doesn't change. And I really loved that you gave the solution. You could hear it in your voice but Medicare is there to help you. Da 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 da. The tone changed where you started to see the solution. What the insurance can offer you. But I would just say, your pacing was lovely. And it's just the script. They didn't give you pictures that you would see or anything like that.
Nothing at all. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can hear your own music and play your own pictures in your head, y'all, to help you get into it. Think about somebody you're talking to, and once again, remember you're talking to somebody right there in front of you, right there in front of you. So maybe to maybe bring it in. I mean, I just loved it. So you could bring it in a little bit, so it could be like a little bit more a little bit more intimate. So you're talking, because when you're talking about insurance stuff, I mean, that's pretty intimate. I mean, you're talking with somebody about their family and death and people getting hurt and shit like that. So, you want to be that warm helping hand. So maybe just if you did another take, think about being closer to the person. Um, in something like that, you might want to do one take where the pace is moving like this, very much soothing and moving. And then you might want to do another one where it's a little picked up, a little bit more personality to it, so you could try it that way. But the main thing is just keep it flowing. So it's never like you're reading. It's just like you're just talking about this wonderful policy that's going to be great for your family. And if you have any questions, just call us. Here's the number. And you can email me, just like a business person would do at the end of a great dinner. Just call me. That's when you're the nicest. Oh, it was so nice to talk with you. We'll have to get together. I'll call you tomorrow. We'll follow up on everything. That's just the business. But don't get, a lot of these pharmaceuticals and things will have like, you could vomit and do all that other stuff, or they'll have the, please call. And then you tend to change your tone. But try not to do that. Try to keep it the same person all the way through, because I want to hear that stuff from the person I love from the beginning. I don't want you to turn into corporate America all of a sudden. I want you to tell me, no medicalese. So let's do it again, Dr. Lisa. And let's just really, like we say, throw it away and just let it flow. But connect those thoughts and just smooth it out. And then you see when she stumbled and she started all over, don't worry about that kind of stuff. You're going to edit that out. You're going to edit all that stuff out. It's going to sound so good. What else did we learn today? Sometimes you can do some takes and the first part of it sounded good on the first take and the middle of it sounded, you can edit all the best part together. That's what they do when people sing. They go in there and record it 20 times and then they take the best of each chord and put it all together. So do that for yourself. Oh, the other thing I was going to say earlier is another thing that I find very helpful is I will go and read those lines 3 times. Not for you necessarily, or it could be. I mean, if you want to do that. But like something on some of the animation that we were doing there, to read it take each line and read it 3 times in a row. And then go back and take the best one of the 3. And then take the second best, and that's your second take. But you can hear right then and there to challenge yourself to do something different. This time I'm going to do it where she's pissed. This time I'm going to do it where she's not sure. And this time I'm going to do it like, I know what you did. Just totally different attitudes based on whatever you imagine in your head. So let's do it again. Let's just smooth it out. I want you to be that friendly lady that everybody loves to go to because you tell the truth and you're a nourishing person when it comes to difficult things to talk about.
Got it. What does fearless look like? I mean, what does it feel like? Does fearless grow old? Or does it simply grow stronger? Fearless looks a little different to us all. But with a Medicare plan from Blue Cross Blue Shield, you can find yours. Talk with one of our dedicated Medicare specialists to find your strength and security and discover more about our flexible supplemental plans. Also, learn about the ease of Advantage plans that combine medical and prescription all in one. And ask about our routine dental and vision coverage, plus the affordability of premiums as low as $39 a month. Connect now with a Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare specialist and get the support to find the answers to every fearless question. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Live fearless.
Very good, Lisa. Very, very nice. And did you hear how different a read that was than the first one? It was a different voice. It was a big difference, but there was nothing wrong. There were just 2 entirely different voices. That's take 1 and take 2. And put the one you love the best based upon what you're learning, the industry's looking for. You put that one first. Because remember, they made listen to 4 seconds, so put your best stuff first. But those were 2 entirely different voices. Those are 2 voices that you can take into a demo reel once you practice on them a whole bunch of times. Because one was younger, the second one was younger and perkier. But you were real. I believed you. And when you said discover, I saw Disneyland, girl. I felt it, and you said ease. You gave me I don't know how you did it or how you knew how to do that, but you hit the words my client wants me to sell. You know what I'm saying? Ease, discover. I mean, oh my God, call me today. Remember, what do I want? I want you to buy the insurance, but first, I'm an actor going into a scene. What do I want you to do? Call me. I didn't say I want you to buy the insurance right now. Just reach out and discover what I'm talking about. Come check it out. So that inviting, and you hit it. Just keep smoothing it out. Trick me into believing that you really that lady and you not reading that script. That's your job. Your job is to trick me into believing you ain't reading that script. because we don't memorize our stuff, y'all. We read our scripts, but we are being who that. And you know what is so beautiful is when it all works, and that little piece of paper with those words written on it come to life. Oh my God, everybody in the room is happy. The writer's happy, the director's, everybody, you know, because it's just words on a page until we make it something else. It's up to us to make it something else. So yeah, I'll follow you anywhere, Dr. Lisa. You had that one. You got it. You got it. That's a good one. Good one. Find some more stuff in that range. You're going to kill it in commercial. You will kill it in commercial. So keep stretching and finding all those women. I mean, what's really interesting is there's a lot of women in your range. And I mean, you might have one that's your attitude woman. You know, she's a little blue collar. You know, she shops at Dynasty Food. You know, she's that girl. You know, even roughing her edges a little bit, but play with all of those women. You've got a wonderful range of women in there. So find anything to keep working on that. You got some good stuff going. Good stuff. All right. Who's up next? Sloan, you got it together?
I got it together.
Yay! All right. Now, remember what you did. I tend to, you know, when I fix stuff, and it happened again, I'd be like, what did I do?
It came unplugged. I had it set.
Oh, Lord, mine does that too. And listen, y'all, watch your wires. I got a little wiggly wire I have to watch on my microphone because the last thing you want to happen is you have finished the session and look back and find out the wire came out halfway through the session. Not a good look. Okay. Yeah. So watch those. And if you got to put some spit and tape on it, do what you got to do. All right. Hit it, Sloan.
Okay. So last week someone did so both of these are challenging to me. One is more funny and I'm not the funny one. So that one I picked Dear Summer, but then I also picked the atrial fibrillation because that was just a challenging one. So,
and they're two entirely different ones.
I know they are so different.
Why don't you try what you want? Well, what you feeling like?
So I feel what's more in my wheelhouse would be to do the atrial fibrillation than to do the comic one.
Okay.
That's what I feel.
Well, let's do that because that's gonna this is a script from e-learning.
Okay.
Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah. It's so yeah. Okay. So I'm somebody who's listening and I don't know what this is, but my father just got diagnosed with atrial fibrillation. I'm going to learn about this. So I'm going to turn to you, Sloan. Hit it.
Okay. Atrial fibrillation. The heart is a remarkable organ. It is a muscle.
What's it called?
Atrial fibrillation.
Okay. Go back and get
Did I not say that?
You said atrial.
Okay.
Atrial fibrillation. Atrial. You be sure to look those words up. Yeah, but that's great. Okay, go on. Start all over again. Come in strong.
Let me just hide my face. Hold on. Okay. Atrial fibrillation. The heart is a remarkable organ. It is a muscle that relaxes and contracts, pumping blood, carrying oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. The steady rhythm of these contractions is controlled by the electrical impulses that travel through the heart, first through the upper chambers, called the atria, and then through the lower chambers, called the ventricles. In order to reach the ventricles, electrical impulses must pass here at the atrioventricular node. Atrial fibrillation occurs when a storm of electrical impulses spread through the atria in a chaotic, disorganized pattern causes the atria to begin rapidly contracting. As a result, the ventricles may also begin contracting faster. When the heart is in atrial fibrillation, the body can't receive the blood and oxygen it needs. Stop.
That was great. Can I just tell, I was getting so into it, I didn't know you had stopped. I was waiting to hear more.
Oh, okay.
I was really leaning in to learn more about atrial fibrillation. Say it again.
Fibrillation. Yeah.
Atrial fibrillation.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I loved your tone. I loved your pacing. And I
Okay.
really love the empathy that came out of that. Remember, somebody who's learning, I mean, medical stuff and atrial fibrillation is
Yeah.
really kind of scary shit. But if you can make it really, not entertaining, but,
Mhm.
just find those areas where,
I was.
like we talked about, interested is interesting. What do you
Mhm.
find interesting in that? Did you know that this is when the heart starts to tremble, and just go through
Right.
and find things that really resonate with you that you found it interested to learn. Keeping interested is interesting.
Mhm.
And just making it, you did it so well, it was like a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, you know. Yeah, I think this is a
I
good
was
lane.
trying to use the commas. I was like, if I can place the commas, it may be more understandable. So I was really trying to pause a little more at those
Uh-huh.
spots.
And let
Yeah.
me tell you this, but let me tell you, you choose your spots. There could be spots that there aren't. Look, y'all, let me write this down. We
Okay.
do not speak in punctuation marks. So if they have those ellipses, which are dots, ellipses, or commas, or colons, or semicolons, or exclamation points, or periods, so what? Don't let those things trip you up. Don't, just because they got three dots there, you got to pause, even though literally that's what it's asking you to do.
Mhm.
But don't get wrapped up in that. Just
Okay.
don't look at the punctuation. We don't speak in punctuation marks. Just speak naturally, and you'll naturally find the flow.
Okay.
Pausing is fine. Now, don't take forever, because we only got 15 seconds to 30 seconds to get in and out of here. Okay, so don't eat it up on a pause. But definitely, yeah, I see what you're saying, to make the poignant points, but make it yours, not because it paused there. It may not need a pause. It may not need a comma. And most of the times, the commas that literally come in the English language, we never acknowledge anyway. As I was saying, you don't know that there's a comma before as I was saying. We just don't. Yeah, so don't get wrapped up in that. But smooth it out. Let's do it again, and just, I really like it. Just keep it warm and educational, and you came across authoritative.
Okay.
I don't really know how you can make atrial fibrillation anything more than you come across to me as an expert in it. That's what
Mhm.
I'm coming to you for. I am not coming to you for entertainment. I'm coming to you for learning,
Yeah.
learning. So I
Mhm.
like how you didn't dress it up in pearls. You just
Right.
get the
Mhm.
facts, miss. Nothing but the facts. Let's get to the
Mhm.
point. And let me make it gentle for you, so it's easy for you to hear and it's soothing. And that's it. That's it. So let's do it again and own it. But keep
Okay.
it just in that nice, sweet learning space. Good stuff for
Okay.
you. This is a great lane for you, Sloan. You'll get a lot of work
Thank
in
you.
this lane.
Oh, good. Okay. Atrial fibrillation. The heart is a remarkable organ. It is a muscle that relaxes and contracts, pumping blood, carrying oxygen and nutrients
Okay,
throughout
wait.
the body.
I want you to start over, and I want you to put a little Mona Lisa smile in it.
Okay.
So it's not just, give me brightness, but not too
Mm,
bright. A little brightness and just a little Mona Lisa smile. So
okay.
it's not droning. It doesn't
Yeah.
become like, okay, go.
Okay. Atrial fibrillation. The heart is a remarkable organ. It is a muscle that relaxes and contracts, pumping blood, carrying oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. The steady rhythm of these contractions is controlled by electrical impulses that travel through the heart, first through the upper chambers, called the atria, and then through the lower chambers, called the ventricles. In order to reach the ventricles, electrical impulses must pass here at the atrioventricular node. Atrial fibrillation occurs when a storm of electrical impulses spread through the atria in a chaotic and disorganized pattern, causing the atria to begin rapidly contracting. As a result, the ventricles may also begin contracting faster. When the heart is in atrial fibrillation, the body can't receive the blood and oxygen it needs. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That was great.
A
That,
little better.
mm-hmm, that was
Okay.
really, really good. I like this.
I understand when you say smile a little, and I can hear the difference in the warmth of my voice when you say that. Tell me those
Yeah.
things.
And it has something happens, it has layers to it as opposed to just being a you know, and that's a little trick. This smile a little. You can hear that. You can hear a smile, people. It's a big difference, big difference. Or frown if you're doing something frowny. But when you put your face into the emotion you're exuding, you know, this is very interesting stuff. You're the heart lady. There's nothing more I love talking about than the heart. It's like when I talk about voice acting, I'm all over the place like a puppy dog because I love it so much. You know, so really take that into heart. And also, corporate videos, I mean, would be good for you. You know, corporate videos blew up during all the movements, the Me Too movement and the Black Lives movement and this and the and corporate video had to tell all the employees, don't be pinching people in the coffee room and don't be saying racist jokes in the water, all that stuff. So they did a lot of new. COVID was another reason. Lots of a boom of video, corporate videos explaining things to people. That's a big business. That's a lane in itself. So that educative lane is very good. There could be an audiobook opportunity for you.
See,
And
that's what I thought about that. I thought maybe this is actually an audiobook of a textbook. And so
yeah,
yeah, but I would have put them to sleep on that one take.
well,
But
that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, then you knew. I mean, and you'll hear
Mhm.
it. I mean, there are times I'll go and listen to my audition. I go, ooh, child, I wouldn't hire me. Let me go back in that room and jazz it up a little bit, and I'll do some jumping jacks or something to get some energy going. Because I'm sounding like, ooh, you don't sound like you want to do this today. So I'll shake up a little bit, because it's a body thing. Shake it up, go drink some water, have a cup of coffee. Some people say
I
don't have
love how
coffee.
that improv really gets me out of my head. When you said
Yeah.
that last week, get out of your head. That improv really does that. I had no idea.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And people think this is the silliest thing. Why are we doing this thing? And what are they talking about? But all of that stuff comes to play. It
And the
doesn't seem
warm-up
like it's there.
exercises. Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
the
It
warm
really
up.
changes me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you. Mhm.
And also, I want you, people, that some people would be like, oh, we got to sit and listen to this thing about this Meisner and this Huda Hagen chick. When are we going to play? But, you got to have foundation like that so that you know what the hell you're doing and something to fall back on when you're by yourself and you need a checklist of how you get out of that maze. You got to have some life preservers on this journey. You got to have something in your hip pocket, as I say, that you can go back to and depend on. So I appreciate your saying that, because that improv, I tell you, it makes a difference. And get in those classes, go, and that JD, I tell you, he just changed my world. And I've been in the biz forever, and I always learn something in that room. Let me tell you something. If you ever think that you don't have anything else to learn as an actor, you are one stupid actor. If you think you are too good, that you can't learn nothing else, that you ain't got to warm up, that you don't have to do the improv, the little exercises, because they're boring and I'm an actor, so I ain't got to do it. You are one stupid actor. And it will show in your work every single time. Cameras and microphones do not lie. I cannot stress that enough. So those of you who stuck through it, maybe it was a little boring at times going through all that, but I tell you, that stuff will serve you well forever. And you will always build on that trust and believe. Okay? Great job, Sloan. You got a great lane there, girl. Really, audiobooks. Go and start looking at ACX, listening to audiobook, and start looking at go to Amazon and start looking at books that you enjoy. Are you a romance reader? Are you a technical reader? Are you a motivational reader? Are you a history reader? Are you a biography reader? Because I think if you got a biography on somebody you love, you tear that thing up because you'd be so interested in it. So start finding what it is in that genre or that lane that really makes your throat happy. So you can start niching down. Another thing about business, y'all, business these days is all about niching it down, niche businesses. So what is your niche? That is also your genre, or it is also your values is going to help create your niche. You know, what is it that you do that voodoo so well? How, you know, it's what Mae West says. It's not what I say, it's the way I say it. She says it's not what I. She says it's not the way I look. She said, she said, no. She said in the way. It's not what I say. It's the way I say it. No. Here's it. It's not what I say. It's the way I say it. It's not what I do. It's the way I do it, and the way I look when I say it and do it. I said, okay, Miss Mae West. She Mayized it, and let me tell you, she was one of the not most attractive women in Hollywood history, but she is so memorable by her voice because of the way she said it and the way she looked when she did it and said it. So get that Mona Lisa smile on and add a little brightness, because remember, somebody that's trying to learn, and there's a human being on the other end of your story, and just tell it to them. Good stuff. Great stuff. Woo, good stuff. All right, who's up next? All right, who's up next? Roz, Roger. Rashida's gonna sit it out. And Rashida, I love you because you let me know, but you are still here, honey. You are right here. And I know you're listening today, but
Okay,
we're gonna get you next week. Come on,
Roger.
Roger. Yeah, come on. Knock it out the park, Roger. What you got?
I'm gonna do the game show host. It's the older black male, comedic timing, fast reader, dynamic, sort of like a Steve Harvey type.
Oh, good.
And then the contestants are the first contestant one is African American, a female in the 40s, bohemian, earthy tone, similar to
Okay, but now
Crease.
what are you reading? What's your character you're reading?
It's just a game show host. Contestant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Each contestant has one line, and then the game show host has one line also. It's like a total of 8 lines.
Okay, well, you're auditioning for the game show host, so you're not going to read all the contestants.
Okay.
You just read the game show host, but you're going to read those contestants' lines in your head. Or what I do sometimes, I'll read the other lines right there in a different voice, and then go back and cut them out, edit it out. If that helps,
Okay.
whatever helps you get in character.
Got you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Love Match, where we match you with your true love. Contestant number 1. I love hiking and the Chevy Trailblazer, a true partner for off-road needs. Contestant number 2. I'm very fashion forward. The Chevy Blazer, a stunner as stylish as you. Contestant number 3. My love language is gifts. The Chevy Equinox, the gift of text. Contestant number 4. As a father, I value safety. The Chevy Traverse to carry precise cargo. I'm sorry, the Chevy Traverse to carry precious cargo. That's it. No, but you lost, right?
Okay, I totally lost because, and let me tell you, and I'm so
You're
lost.
like,
I'm
what
just
are you reading? What are you reading?
Yeah, and especially after I just gave you the direction that you're not supposed to be reading the contestant.
I
You
thought you
done
said
read the lady, you done read the woman and everything. Oh Lord. We're gonna go back and get this right, Roger. First of all,
It
when
was
you
the
get
song
called in,
for me.
huh?
It was the song for me.
Yeah, this is the father singing.
That was a 50-year-old male. He was a 50-year-old male with a lower registry with a paternal tone.
Okay, Roger. All right.
Okay, Roger.
I got you.
When you get called into an audition and they give you what you're reading for, what your character is, or your who you are coming in to audition for,
Yes.
they don't want you reading anything but that.
Perfect.
So what was fun though was you got to hear what the others, you got to play and hear, the other in your head. But
Yes.
this time we're going to audition and we're just going to be the game show host. Now,
Perfect.
what are we selling here? What's this commercial all about?
It's-
What do we want?
There's a Chevy commercial. So the game show host is going to go through several. Hold on. He's naming the different types of Chevy vehicles, and the contestant, like each contestant, is kind of he's kind of describing the contestants as the vehicles, so to say.
Right. So you got the mom there who likes it stylish. You got the dad, so you're selling a car to somebody. You're the modern day car salesman, but through a game show thing.
Yes, and I'm doing like I said, for example, like the Chevy Trailblazer. What is it? The Chevy Trailblazer is like, it's very fashion forward, but the contestant number 2 is saying that. So as he speaks out to the contestant number 2, she replies back with her. He replies back as, "Oh, I'm very fashion forward" or whatever in this like swagger tone.
Okay, I'm not quite sure. I may have to see the script to say that, but
yeah. See, that the game show host says the Chevy Trailblazer is a true partner for off-road needs, and then he says contestant number 2. So once the contestant number 2 hears his name, he replies back in his tone. And all that he says is, "I'm very fashion forward."
okay,
His
and then
response
what?
to
And
the
then
game
what?
show host.
Okay, we don't care what he says.
Gotcha.
Okay, to say it, but he says I'm very fashion forward. Now,
Yes.
what does the game show host say after that?
Then he introduces the Chevy Blazer, a stunner as stylish as you, contestant number 3.
Okay, all right. So the only thing we care about what he said is in your head.
Okay.
That this guy says he's fashion forward. Oh well, we've got something stylish just for you. Have fun with it. He said
Gotcha.
I'm fashion forward, but you don't say it. Okay,
That's it.
you got to hear that in your head.
I'm with you now.
So the way you said it, you just gonna hear it in your head, or however he's gonna say it. And imagine who this is. Does he look like? Who's he look like?
The game show host.
Yeah. Well, the game show host. Okay, so you got on a suit and you looking all dapper yourself, and you got major control, your personality. Game show hosts are all about personality, and they talk to and so you got to be real, because game show hosts are all about talking to you about your mom and your sister and them and where you're from, and they're really super friendly. So when he says stylish, you relating to your people. That's what game show hosts do. You're stylish. Well, we got something, so really connect. Here's one of those examples of who am I talking to? What is my relationship to them? What is going on in this scene right now, for God's sakes? So I want you to see your entire set. I want you to see your big game show set. Is it blue and look like Jeopardy? See it. What do you have on? What does that lady look like? Does she have a baby on her hip? Because if I'm selling a Chevy to a woman, I'm selling it to her for her groceries. That's why that lip is on the back of the SUV. That lip wasn't there until women had to hold their groceries to open the thing and do stuff. Push buttons never came in until we started breaking our nails, because we're consumers. So I got something for you. You're stylish. I got something for you. So sell it to me, and sell it to me because you want me to be happy. Game shows is happiness. And you can win something. A new car for you and you. All right, let's go. Let's hit it.
Welcome to the Love Match, where we match you with your true love. Contestant number 1, the Chevy Trailblazer, a true partner for off-road needs. Contestant number 2, The Chevy Blazer, as stunning, as stylish as you. Contestant number 3. My love language is contestant number 3. The Chevy Equinox, the gifts of text. And the Chevy Traverse to carry precious cargo. I don't think I did.
Precious cargo is a baby, I would think.
What happened?
I said, I think a precious cargo is probably a baby, right?
I can see that, or either like someone that's like needs some type of accommodations.
Right. To say, and so say it like to carry that special cargo. You know, if it's a baby, that's special cargo. To carry that special car, you know, whatever it is, but you got to see it in your head. But special cargo is pretty special because that's going to make it why that woman's going to buy it, because I'm special cargo and my baby. And then I went shopping, my groceries, that's special cargo. Okay, I could get with that.
And so the Traverse is made, you know, a lot of those are handicap accessible because a lot of the people that has like disabilities and different things that need those type of accommodations, they have it where the door slides out and then like, you know, lets out for them.
Roger, I didn't even know that. You taught me something. So that would, then you're going to say that in a very empathetic, wonderful way because you've got that knowledge. I'm glad you told me that. That's beautiful knowledge for that special. So you're thinking about grandma, the baby. Yes. Oh, it's big enough to carry the whole family and the groceries. Oh, okay. You got me. So go back. And this, Roger, I really want you to work on reading it until you can wrap your mouth around those words with confidence.
Got you.
You've got to be able to you know, you got to read to be able to act. I know that sounds weird because if I took that script out of your hand and you had memorized it, I bet you'd give me a whole different read. Don't let those words on that page intimidate you. You own them. You own them. And just if you have to read them until they become your words, until you can put them and make them your words, like you're saying this and you're talking to your friends about it. Because you got to trick me, make me believe you're not reading a script.
Got you.
And that takes a lot of practice. You're going to have to, you know, you're just going to have to, you know, sometimes, you know, like when I'm doing those medical things like that atrial fibrillation, it just is not making any sense to me. And it's coming across that I just don't get it, you know? So I have to read it again and again and again until I make me understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And then subconsciously I'm owning those words. I'm getting them out of my mouth more smoothly because my brain is connecting to what I'm saying because I've made it mine. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, I don't understand atrial fibrillation. I can barely pronounce it, but I know what it's like when you have a quivering heart.
Gotcha.
And so that would get me interested in making myself learn more about it so I can own it and share it smoothly with somebody. Don't let the stuttering and the not being sure of your words get in the way of a great performance. Hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
So really take the time to really just read. You know something, Roger? This week, read everything out loud. Read your text messages out loud. Read your news out loud. Read a blog. Take a section from a book. If you read the Bible in the morning, read it out loud. Read everything out loud. Get used to reading out loud. That's what I want you to work on. And that's a good exercise for everybody. That's going to warm up your voice. And read everything out loud this week. And you'll find all different kinds of flavors. Read it in a different accent. Read it as a game show host. Read it as Shaniqua. You know? Look, listen, Beyonce got to enter. Let me tell you, when Beyonce wants to slay, she turns into Sasha Fierce.
I got you.
You can turn into an alter ego for your voice acting. I tell myself, I'm going to be the Viola Davis of voice acting. I see me winning my awards and everything. So tell yourself something that's going to snap your mindset in the grid. I want to be known as one of the greatest voice actors ever, who can so diverse, can do anything.
Gotcha.
You know, I want one day people to wake up and go, "Oh my God, I hear you 10 times a day. I had no idea you were still on TV." You know, but so set a goal for yourself, and that's going to help you practice, practice, practice. We have to practice reading. We have to practice speaking. We have to practice warm-ups. We have to practice Meisner. We have to practice Hagen. We have to practice reality check. We have to practice our health. We have to practice, are we taking care of our voices? It is a practice. So jump on it. Jump on it, Roger. Read, read, read. I want you to bring that back in next week, and maybe share it with a couple of people, and maybe they'll read the contestant part for you.
Sounds great.
How about that? That's another thing. Grab your kid, your mom and them, and have them read. You know, if you have a duo script, have them read it with you, just so you can hear yourself responding.
I don't have any knuckleheads right now.
Yeah, somebody will read it with you if that'll help you if you're not ready to do it yourself. Okay, who else? Who's left? All right, Miss Lanisha, you thought you were going to slip away, didn't you? We are moving with precision here.
Okay. All right, so I chose to attempt, I guess this would be considered a commercial.
Which one is it?
For Walmart for COVID-19 vaccines.
Yeah, that's a public service announcement, but it's also a commercial. But it's also a commercial for Walmart.
Okay.
Yo, they selling something. All right.
All right. Let me get myself together.
Did they give you the description of the character?
It just says male or female, and they are looking for authentic actors who can deliver warm, sincere reads.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. My family just made a group pledge. We're all getting our COVID-19 vaccines from Walmart. So when it's safe, we can have our family get-togethers again. All my kids, their kids, us grandparents, even a great-grandparent. There are these fun games and the food. Oh, the food. Generations of family recipes. I can smell it now. With all of us getting safely vaccinated at Walmart, it's the first step of our family get-together plan.
Beautiful. Good first take. Good first read on it. Good first read. You know, it's ironic that they call it a good read when they say, "Oh, that was a good read," because you're not supposed to be sounding like you're reading, but that's what we call it. Very nice read. I think the more you practice with that, the more you'll level in, the more you'll see the corn on the cob being passed at the picnic table, the children running around playing tag, grandpa over there got a jar full of gin. I mean, oh, the family and the food. Ooh, they see the chitlins coming out and the collard greens. I know you don't eat chitlins, but what I'm saying is whatever you say when you say family, you see your family, Lanisha. And when you know, because see pictures in your head. Remember, you're going to be talking under these pictures. So make those pictures come alive. They're giving it all to you. All the food. And then the whatever, they name 50 million things that you need to be seeing in your head for real, so that I see them. You know, that's a beautiful one. I mean, because it's what it's all about. It's about us living for the things that matter in our lives. It's about living for those family get-togethers and the food we have and the fun and the children, and you can hear the children squealing. You can smell the hot biscuits and grandma coming in with a tray of lemonade. Oh man, come on, give me that story one more time and show me what you're talking about.
Okay. My family just made a group pledge. We're all getting our COVID-19 vaccines from Walmart. So when it's safe, we can have our family get-togethers again. All my kids, their kids, us grandparents, and even a great grandparent. There are these fun games and the food. Ooh, the food. Generations of family recipes. I can just smell it now. With all of us getting safely vaccinated at Walmart, it's the first step of our family get together plan.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice adjustment, Lanisha. Very nice
Could you
adjustment.
hear the adjustment?
Yeah, I could.
Okay.
Hmm. You know, it's interesting. Practice one time when you get with yourself and see if you can be older, because it said
Okay.
us grandparents.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
y'all remember all the things you need are right there in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's called breaking down the script. The script just told you a grandparent,
I know.
but you sound like a 40-year-old mama to me. But you could be a grandparent too.
Mm-hmm.
But just challenge yourself. Can I make myself older? What does that sound like? Now you got young, youthful, you got that. You gave that to yourself first minute in class. Let's see if you can challenge yourself to be. And remember this too. This is kind of strange, and we get this in physical acting, especially Black folks. You know, when you say grandma ain't necessarily a little old lady no more. I mean, grandmas are fine today, and they're sassy. There's something about playing a grandmother or an auntie that automatically has some sass to it, because we're women of a certain age and we don't take a lot of crap. I mean, that's just who we are. So that's very different than an attitude of a 40-year-old or 30-year-old or 20-year-old. So when you're shifting in these ages, which is fantastic if you can do it, because that's going to help your range, and it's something you can't do in a physical acting situation. So if you can slide, remember, it's just not what the voice sounds like, it's the attitude and the tone and how they respond to stuff. I don't respond to half of the stuff today the way I did when I was 30, even 40, even 50 on some things. Because I'm at a certain age where screw that. If it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. And I ain't no holler back girl. I will come off this porch. So a lot of those sides of me, I will put, because, I earn the right to talk stuff. So I add a little of that attitude when I'm playing grandmothers. Because all grandmothers like this. So, don't make the typical thing. Give it yours jazz to it. But what makes her, yeah. But the main thing on that thing is you are reminding all of us how important it is to live. And you tapping in on something that ain't gonna be no argument. We ain't even bringing in Fauci on this. This is the deal. All these things you live for, all these things you would die for. Don't do it just because you didn't get a vaccination. Come on, let's get back to the picnic. Everybody be healthy. Let's make this a family thing. And that's just like that sound you have when everybody's looking at the photo album. And all those pictures are going to be beautiful pictures. So just see everything in your head. When you see it, I see it. When you believe it, I believe it. When you get behind a microphone and you're scared and don't have any idea what you're doing, I know it immediately. So make the strong choice from right out the gate. Okay, who's left? Roz?
Yeah, it's just me. Rolanda, I did not understand or didn't get the assignment correct. I thought you said go on voices.com and find some scripts to do, and that's what I did.
That's okay.
So, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay. I sent some from last week. I sent y'all so many. I thought that would last you for a little bit.
Yeah. The one I did it's a nonprofit
Okay.
spot. It's I
Roz,
forget
did
how-
you get the scripts I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right.
So the one that I am familiar with was already done tonight.
That's okay. Listen, y'all, one of the things I'd love for you to hear is how somebody else would do your material. Remember, you're not the only one auditioning for this thing. So sometimes it's interesting to hear what somebody else's take is on it. Because you're not going to hear that when you get out in the world out there. You won't have the opportunity to see how somebody else takes it. So don't ever hold back on that, because that's your competition. About 400 other people are going to be doing the same thing. So,
So
don't
which
let that stop you. Go on.
one should I do, the nonprofit or something else?
Um, try the nonprofit. Try the one that you have there.
Okay.
For every one of us who has a shelter over our heads, there are 4 people who are without even the basic necessities due to events beyond their control, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, landslides, and other weather-related disasters. Disasters strike, catastrophes happen, but families don't have to suffer, and you can make a difference. Visit goodforall.org for ways on how you can help save a life. Donations are desperately needed.
Ooh, Roz, your voice is beautiful. Very nice. Very, very nice, Roz. Your voice is something else. Boy, it's just as clear as a bell. Just as clear as a bell. Woo. Okay, so, and it's so pleasant. It's bright and nice, approachable. This time I want you to read the same thing
Okay.
with feeling. You
Okay.
know, I really want you to feel it. I want to pull my heartstring, and I want you to add a caring tone, like you really care, and slow it down just a little bit and think about what you're really saying and see what you're saying. But I want to hear your heart beating in this one.
Okay. For every one of us who has a shelter over our heads, there are 4 people who are not without even the basic necessities due to events beyond their control, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, landslides, and other weather-related disasters.
Okay, Ross, this time I want you to start all over again, and I want you to see all those commercials that come on late at night with the dogs that are stray and the children who are in poverty with flies on their eyeballs and stuff. I want you to see the suffering, and then just look around on those streets and see those people strung out, those babies running around naked in dirt streets, and then tell me about those people right now.
Okay. For every one of us who has a shelter over our heads, there are 4 people who are not without even the basic necessities due to events beyond their control, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, landslides, and other weather-related disasters. Disasters strike, catastrophes happen, but families don't have to suffer, and you can make a difference. Visit goodforall.org for ways on how you can help save a life. Donations are desperately needed.
Girl, you knocked that thing out the park. Brava! Did you hear that adjustment? Did you hear that adjustment? That was an entirely different read. Did you feel that adjustment?
Yeah.
Roz,
I thought I was feeling it, but I guess when I stuck with it and you told me to dig deeper, I was trying to dig deeper.
dig deeper. I love
Yeah.
it. Dig deeper. Add those layers. Raise the stakes. That's what we say as actors. Just don't talk about the children. See the children. Smell them. Hear them crying. Go look at some of them pictures of Ukraine and
Yeah.
some of those Kentucky and all these horrible things that are going right out here in New York. It's horrible. And we need people to help these people. Now, y'all don't see them, so let me paint you a picture. And that's where you come in. And that heart, oh man, you made me think how lucky I am that I don't, God, and I can help. You had me, Roz. But did you see the pacing, how it changed? The intention of what she was doing. She cared about those people that I believe she saw because I felt it. That felt great. Beautiful, Roz. Beautiful work. You're going to work a lot, Roz. Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Let's just get that demo reel made because you're on it. You're on it. You're on it. You got that's just the right stuff, y'all. You're all right on the path. Right on the path. Were you proud? I hope you're proud of yourselves what you did today because y'all followed the adjustments. I hope you took notes about, because we learn so much watching other people learn too. There's so many things that I may say to somebody else that everybody can use in the class. So really, really take those notes. Any questions before we say goodbye?
I have a question.
Yes, Stacey.
One is logistical about the scripts you gave me, the
Mhm.
Emma script. I only have the first page of it. I don't have the rest of it.
Okay.
It's from Madagascar. But then my question I have is that you talk a lot about brightening your voice. And so I know that I have a heavy voice when I'm speaking, when I'm trying to work on the e-learning or something like that. And I hear the sound when it's bright, but then it switches back into the sort of heavy sound that doesn't have, like Roz's voice is just amazing. It slips, it just doesn't sound right. So how do you create that bright sound?
Yeah, Stacey, I have the same issue because my voice is really deep too. And there's sometimes I feel like I just sound dead. I'm just not having, and I find that a Mona Lisa smile, just a little smile brightens the voice. Also, sometimes picking up the pace will add more energy. So it kind of feigns the brightness, but the energy pickup. I think energy is going to be, because I found that my trick, my little technique is speeding, I don't want to say speed it up. I just want to say infuse more energy behind the message, which could mean picking up the pace, or it could be speaking with more intention, or it could mean, the tone or the attitude.
Okay.
But there are times when, you don't want to be deadpan. That's the word. You don't want to be deadpan, but sometimes when you're just, and like, I like the adjustment that Roz made because she was a little too bright in the beginning for something with what she was talking about.
Mhm.
Which is nothing wrong with that. Some people would say, I kind of want to be bright because it's so down, but I would rather you get into my heartstring. Emotion is where the connection is, the heart to heart talk, human to human. We all want the same thing. We all want our bellies full, our houses warm. We all want love. We all want appreciation. We all want the same doggone thing. We act hog wild, crazy, different, but we all basically want the same thing. So tap into that heartstring. Nobody wants to see a baby hungry, and there's something we can do about it.
Mhm.
1 out of 4 of us isn't gonna make it through this thing, and there's something we can do, and maybe a little extra smile, a little more energy. So call now and just get this thing done. That kind of. But just that's what breaking down the script is like. It's like molding it like clay, chipping away at it like an ice sculpture, bit by bit by bit. How can I make it more interesting? How can I bring more emotion into it? How can I bring my own personal experience into it? How can I make it a little funnier? How can I mean, casting directors love humor. If you can make something funny, oh, they just love that. You'll be on their short list because a lot of people aren't funny. They can't be funny. So if you got funny, you can't fake funny, y'all. So if you got some funny and you work the funny, that's something else in your wheelhouse. Do that. But that's it. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Okay.
I didn't like the last script you gave me, and the one that I mentioned was done today. I can do the other part that wasn't done,
Okay.
but is it possible? Can you send something else that I
Sure.
might? Yeah.
Sure.
'Cause the
Y'all
other
just
one I
just
just couldn't
email.
get one.
Yeah, email me and be specific if there's something that you really want to try. I mean, if there's something that you want, like like a tone that you want to try, or comedy, or something that you're feeling that you really want to try, I can help find some scripts that way as well.
I'll defer to you.
Okay.
You're
All right.
the expert. So, but characters, I don't really. I mean, I can try them, but I'm not. You know.
I'm gonna send you some more commercial stuff. Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some like that last one, I don't know if you remember, but I kept reading, and I was like, I'm not getting it. I'm not connecting to it. So,
Well, that one you connected with. So I'll send you some more. I'll send you some more scripts. And
okay,
just I'll find some stuff for you. Anybody else? Just email me, y'all, and I can send you scripts. You too, Stace?
I would love some more scripts, but I also have another question. Maybe someone else was thinking the same thing. How do you make your voice sound younger? How do you do that?
You know, there's a little trick where it's like it's like you cut the air off here. You cut the air half off your voice and it goes up a little bit. Like my normal voice is here, but when I kind of like, it's kind of like lightening your voice.
Mhm.
If you listen to me and Oprah back in the day, we had different voices. Our voices are very light. They were younger voices,
Yeah.
but they're lighter. It's just, and it's just like the trick is to cut the air off. That's one of the ways. But also energy. I mean, I think there's a certain energy that comes with aging younger. You know, there's a pacing that could imply younger. You know, some people even throw in yeah, you know, little things like that that make it younger, like the things that the younger generation does and says today. No, that Noah thing, I don't know where that comes from, but now nobody says no. Noah, you know. Would you shop at Ralph's? No, because the best eggs are over here, and that would kind of grab somebody's attention because it's relevant, it's modern day, and it's real. So that's kind of would infame youth. But yeah, just talking a little higher in your voice is youthful. You know, just cutting the air off a little,
Breathy. It's breathy a little bit
a
what
little
you're doing.
breathier. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I think sometimes I say, because I've always had a deep voice, but when I go back and I listen to me in 1993, my voice is a lot lighter, so I just try to like, you know, but it was like a little higher, Yeah. But just practice that. And like I said, it's in the attitude. And that there you go again with the character development. The more you develop that character, I'm 40 years old, I have 2 young children. You'll start you'll start, and I don't know how it works, but somehow you'll just start formulating into a lighter voice because you've created the character. The voice will follow. But we'll look it up. I'll ask some of my other friends how they have a younger voice. Coming up, we have a wonderful director who is going to join us. Jenny just directed me, as a matter of fact, in a podcast drama. She does a lot of casting and directing, and so she's going to come to our class and chit chat with us. And then you will perform with her, and she'll give you some direction as well. So get ready for that. And yeah, anybody say something to say? Okay. So get ready for that. And just like I said, hit me up if you need more scripts. Do just what you did this week because it was wonderful. Be very familiar with your script before you start building your characters and stuff. Get those words down so you know what you're saying, understand what you're talking about. Start visualizing, even write it down, make a list, make a character list. When we are doing a lot of characters in physical acting, we'll write out a whole dossier about the person, where they grew up, where they're from, what their mama was like, what their daddy was. I mean, we build a whole thing so the character's so well developed. So you get a quick moment to do that with this character. So utilize those questions from Muda Hagen and the rest, and do the beautiful thing that we heard here today. Just keep diving deeper. We're just, when you think it's good, go deeper. How can I challenge it some more? Go deeper. And start early so you have all week to study You might see something in the street. You might hear somebody at the supermarket give you a different take on how to say something, you know? So that is it. That is it. Okay. Great class today, y'all. You did the doggone thing.
Thank
You
you.
really did it. Great stuff, y'all. You are so well on your way. You're so,
Thank you.
all
You're
you need is
such
to
a great
keep praying.
coach.
Well, thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
I appreciate you. I hope so. I hope so, because I'm so excited because you have it. All you gotta know is to know what you're doing and just go do it. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
All
Good night,
righty.
everybody.
Good night. And listen, I'm
Bye.
going to be doing something on the joys of voice acting. I promised I would do a room this week. So get on over on Clubhouse and
Okay.
get ready. All right, y'all. Love you. Goodbye. Join the Facebook page. See you next
Have a
week.
good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Be
Good
safe.
night.
Be safe. Be happy.
Bye.
Good night.